Stay away.
Exactly. So anyway, folks, we're going to just record this. It's going to be an absolutely incredible webinar tonight. We're going to talk all about gold and silver, right? Why to invest in it? Why wouldn't you invest in it? You know, because it absolutely makes complete and utter sense to me anyway. So we're going to present you some information tonight, and it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. If you understand it and you get it, it's an absolute game changer. Like, I mean, like a total game changer. You have the chance now with this information to either just reject it, and that's totally cool. You know, it's all good either way. You know, we're still going to be friends. I'm still going to say hello. Damien's just jumping on there. And it's going to be a phenomenal information webinar. We will keep it short and sweet. We'll probably be max, I'd say, about 45 to 60 minutes of your time, probably. But we do have a special guest coming on, which is the CEO of the company. And he is absolutely phenomenal. You know, you know, I've been in the corporate world for over 10 years, folks. I've worked in some of the most advanced semiconductor machines on the planet. You know, I've been working and traveling all around the world. And I remember I saw the CEO of the company that I worked for once, and that was in Taiwan. I asked him a quick question. But now, folks, we'll have, you know, the one and only Jason jumping on later on. So hopefully he's still there. I know he's a busy man. So look, you know, it is what it is. So fingers crossed he's able to join. We've got 32 people on the call tonight. And what an absolute incredible amount of people. I do want to, you know, value your time, because if you're like me, I value my time more than my money, which means that basically I want to respect your time, because yous could be anywhere else in the world, you know, but you're here listening to me. But you won't be just listening to me. You're going to be listening to Mark and Danielle. They are some serious people, folks. You know, every time Mark and Danielle speak, I literally just shut up and listen, because what comes out of their mouth is pure gold. Now, excuse the pun, it's pure gold, folks. I will have a pen and paper ready. You know, sometimes at the end, we'll have some questions, and they will answer your questions. They are, you know, top earners, six-figure earners. They are entrepreneurs for the last 16 odd years, former teachers as well, which is incredible, you know, because I respect teachers as well. They should be paid a lot more. And, you know, it's, you know, we're blessed and privileged to have them on the call and share their story. And I think I'm pretty much done with my story, you know, which I'll probably share a little bit more of my story after we share with you the information, because it's going to be absolutely phenomenal, folks. So what I will do as well, so Mark and Danielle will take over, and then, you know, I'll switch off my camera because I don't want to get distracted by all you lovely faces. That's just me, but feel free to have the camera on if you want. I'll mute myself as well. So without further ado, Mark and Danielle, I'll pass it over to you.
Awesome, Carl. Thank you so much for your leadership too. And one quick question. Which would you prefer, the video, or would you prefer I did it live? Because I do both, but it's up to you. I'm going to leave it in your hands.
Baby. Go live.
Go live. All right.
Go live.
Okay.
Let them see the real Mark in the flesh.
All right. All right. Well, let's get started then. I'm glad we're recording. And I got to say thank you so much to Carl. What an amazing guy. What an amazing leader. You know, when Adeline introduced us to him and we got a chance to know him, we were thinking, you know, what, this guy is the spark plug we've been looking for to really help us to get the European market exploding. And I got to tell you, we're not disappointed. What an amazing leader he is. And thank you to Adeline for your incredible leadership. And then we got Mark that would joined us as well. Glad you're here.
He's the one who started the spark, right?
That's right. Exactly. The man, the myth.
Hello.
All right. So I'm going to give you a live overview here, and I'm just going to talk directly to you. This is coming from the heart. And I want everybody to just really take in what I'm saying, and hopefully it'll make a lot of sense. So let me start the PowerPoint presentation here. Excuse me. All right. So here's the PowerPoint. Let me blow it up. And the first thing I want to tell you is that, you know, I'm not a financial planner. I'm going to shrink this down a little bit. Okay. I'm not a financial planner. So obviously here's our product disclaimer. I'm very glad that they do this because it keeps us in compliance with a lot of the regulatory agencies that are out there. Basically, this is saying that we're not here to give tax or financial advice. that everybody's understanding that what you're looking at is of your own free will and so forth. So I encourage you, we'll give you this video if you want to see it after as well. But here are the questions I want all of us to consider. Think about how hard each one of us are working right now just to barely get by and make ends meet. And with inflation the way it is right now, it's never been worse. You know, this is what's going on over here in the US. You had 44%, this is back in 2017. You had almost half of the Americans over here who couldn't even cover a $400 emergency expense, you know, a blown tire or some sort of a medical issue that might happen. And what people had to do is they had to borrow the money or go out and get it off a credit card or something like that. And this is what we saw leading up to 2018. And this doesn't even take into account, I think, what we're all experiencing right now in 2022, record inflation. And I think they're really trying to drive our currency systems into the ground because they want a global digital system of which we're not going to be the recipients of any benefits. But look at the increases of these costs of living, not even taking into account the most record recent inflation. And the reason why, everybody, is because the power of the dollar is dropping. Now, back in 1944, actually take a look at this. In 1913, when they created the Federal Reserve, a dollar was worth literally $1 in value in terms of its purchasing power. But if you advance all the way up to 2013, it's gone all the way down to a nickel. Now, a little bit of history. In 1944, after the Second World War, all the nations got together in New Hampshire and they put together the dollar, which was backed by gold at the time. I'm just going to mute everybody out here just to make sure we're all good. Okay. The dollar, which was backed by gold at the time, was really established as, hey, this is what the world currencies are going to be based around. In 1971, when all of the countries wanted to get their physical gold, the president of the US, Nixon, took the dollar off the gold standard, instantly making all of our currencies, your currency, our currency, around the world, what's called a fiat currency. A fiat currency basically means it's worth nothing more than what the government says that it's worth. It's not backed by gold. It's not backed by silver. It's not backed by anything of value. And so there's problems with that because fiat currencies have a 100% failure rate in history. A little bit of history regarding that. This is from Germany in 1922. They were literally going to buy bread with wheelbarrows full of money. It's pretty scary. Peso, Argentina, same thing. Zimbabwe, most recently Venezuela. And what happened was that literally the dollar is now being burned in the streets because it's basically worthless. Now, this is what's happening today. And this is why it's really kind of something we all need to be aware of, is they're printing money here in the US, unlike history, more than they ever have before. This is unprecedented. And I think you're all going to start seeing the same thing happen in countries around the world because, again, they're doing this to keep up with the global currency. They could print more money. The more you print, the less it's worth. And when these sorts of things start happening, it can be obviously a tremendous concern because we've already seen what history has shown. And so a little bit of good news for all of us, though, is that silver and gold are sound money. And right now, they're a way that we all can be a part of the system and protect ourselves. As a matter of fact, you'll find that governments and banks right now are collecting gold and silver like never before. And the main reason why is that it's got value, it's got purchasing power, it's always had it for thousands of years, and it's going to have it long beyond this. Matter of fact, with all of the circumstances, what's happening recently regarding all of the stuff going on in Ukraine and how Russia is being pulled off what's called the SWIFT system, we're starting to hear experts say that silver is going to really start to go up considerably. Now, who knows, but we've already started to see it in the past couple of weeks. Now, this is why silver and gold are such a smart investment, is because they maintain their purchasing power. If you went back to 1965, when you could have a silver dollar or you could have a paper dollar and go to a dealership, you'd be able to drive out of there with a brand new Ford Mustang with either one. But if you fast forward to 2020, just 2 years ago, and you walked in there with 2,500 ounces of silver, you could buy 2 Ford Mustangs. Whereas with a $2,500 in paper money, it wouldn't even cover the down payment on one. Now, this slide here blows my mind. This is incredible. Excuse me. If you went back to 2001 and you wanted to buy a home and you had gold, you could buy for 626 ounces of gold, 106 or $169,000, you could buy a brand new home. But if you fast forward to just last year, and you had less gold than you had in 2001, you could buy 3 homes worth over $1 million combined. I mean, this is incredible. And the same thing with silver. So silver and gold are maintaining their purchasing power. Imagine if we'd been flipping all of our fiat currencies over to silver or gold all of this time, where would we be right now? It could buy, as you can see, the same amount can buy 3 to 4 times as much as it could 20 years ago. It's incredible. And so here's the problems that people come across. You know, this is what we were dealing with. You know, where do I get it? How do I buy it? What do I buy? And I actually got a friend of mine on the phone to call up and to a local dealer and talk to the guy because I was clueless. So we walked in there together. We bought what he had set up for us from our bank account, which we had seen going backwards, which was the reason we decided to go with gold and silver anyway. In the first place, Robert Kiyosaki talked about it. So we went in there and we made the transaction, but we didn't get any education with it really. We walked out of there with some metals and we're like, hey, this is pretty cool, but nothing in terms of knowledge to really go with it. And if people are looking to invest in gold and silver, here are the issues. Like what I mentioned, it's a tough learning curve, but also they're always getting mixed advice. You're always going to get advice from someone saying, oh, you want to get bars. Oh, you want to get coins. Oh, you want to get this. And what we learned is you do want to get all of these different ones, but depending upon what your goals are, it's going to be different for each because there's certain advantages. And you'll learn that in the training and the education that comes with this membership. You have to look out for scammers. A lot of people selling fake silver. A lot of people don't have the money to get into the game because they have to have a lot of minimums. And companies are selling inventory they just don't have. And so this is where 7K came into play. They put together a program that really is helping the average people like all of us, like the masses around the world who want to get their hands on gold and silver. And you can see from this picture, this is a perfect example because this really shows our diversity of our company. Everybody works together. We're like a family. Everybody just wants to support each other and really just move forward and improve the quality of all of our lives. And so that's where you can come into play as well if you see a value here. So a little bit more, Here are our founders. These 4 gentlemen are some of the most highly ethical, highest integrity people that you will find. Matter of fact, I would say that they really rejuvenated our faith in this industry because we really were just impressed by the fact that they want to help the masses. They want to help average people around the world. One of our founders and our CEO was actually in a foreign country when the dollar in that country collapsed, whatever that currency was. And they saw people burning the money. Our CEO, you can't even ask him about this, went to the store with a backpack full of money and they wouldn't even take it because it was worthless. And so these guys have a purpose. They have a mission. And it's unlike any other company that I've worked from home before because it's really about integrity. A little bit more. So this is about a membership, everybody. So what we're sharing with you is a membership that you can get just like a Costco membership or an Amazon or Spotify or Hulu. It's like a membership that's going to give you access to a lot of benefits, including discounted gold and silver that you can have stored and so many other benefits, as I'm going to get into here in just a second. Okay. But I want you to think about the benefits that are here. Now we're open in 7 countries, the US, Canada, UK, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, and Singapore. But they are going to be opening up a lot more countries in the European market. Again, you can ask our CEO about that when he jumps on. And so there's a lot of room for growth. Now, when people are buying gold and silver, they're looking at several areas. One of them is bullion. I want to get my hands on the price per ounce. I want silver and I want a great price per ounce. So I'm collecting it for the ounces. People can do this in bars, coins, in so many different ways. These are just regular metals. You have your metals out, okay? That people can get, and they're not graded. They're not in plastic cases to be collector coins or anything. They're just regular metals like this. And so that's one way that people want to be able to collect their gold and silver. So what 7K provides is a website you'll have where you can have access to gold and silver bars, rounds, and bullion. We only sell inventory we have, though. So if there's something out there that we don't have, either we're going to put sold out or you just keep looking for it to pop up on there. The bullion area on our products page is not our main focus. I'll show you a video on this in a second. There's also no minimums or maximums. So you can, but through our digital wallet, you can buy gold or silver in fractional amounts, and it works incredibly well. It allows you to be able to, even if you had $10 or $1, you could go in and start buying gold and silver that way and have it stored and then sent to you upon your request when it adds up to an ounce. You can liquidate it just like that. You can transact with other members. Matter of fact, there's a video that I want to show you that shows you how to buy bullion. So I'm going to stop just for a second on this camera, and I'm going to show you one other, and I'm just going to play this just so you have an idea about how this works. So give me 1 second here, and let me bring up that video that I was just telling you about. I think this will be helpful because now you're going to see actually what you would get as a member and also how you'd be able to buy bullion through the site. So let me show you this. Hang on, share screen. And here we go.
When you get a 7K membership, you're going to get a self-replicated website that looks just like this. As we expand internationally, they're going to make each of the covers going to be more tailored to each of the different countries' pages, and they're going to have coins that are more reflective of that country's history. These are all things in the future and things to come. But as of right now, this is the front cover of everybody's page who's a member in 7K. On this page, you're going to have a section that's called Products, where you can go in and literally have access to some of the most beautiful collector coins in here. You're also going to have, if you're in the U.S., jewelry section, which is limited, and they're always changing it. It's not yet available in the international market simply because of the VAT tax, which makes it cost prohibitive. But on the bottom, you'll also see another section where you'll be able to get your hands on some different sorts of bullion. And these are excellent because these are dealer direct prices, so you're getting them with no markup whatsoever. They do tend to sell out quickly, though, because people jump on these deals very, very quickly, and they're open to everybody out there. So this is just one of the places where you can get bullion within your 7K membership. Now, the other way that you can get it, and you can get it access 24 hours a day, is through the Sound Money wallet. By clicking on Account and then going in here to Sound Money Wallet, you're going to be able to go in, and I've already logged in security-wise, but here is where you can load your digital wallet from your bank. Basically, as you'll see here, I'll click on Transfer. As I said, I've already put in the security, but this is where I can link my bank account or fund my wallet with a wire or a cashier's check or cryptocurrency. Now, the funding or the linking of the bank account is only in the U.S. currently, but they are eventually going to be expanding it internationally. They just have to get through some of the regulatory issues with that to make sure it's all done the right way. But right now, let's just say that we have money in the cash balance, which we do, and I'm going to show you how simple it is to buy gold and silver. Once you've got cash in there, this is in the form of Eagles that you have your wallet in. Let's say I'm going to go from cash to buying silver. I see what my particular price is, and this is what the price of Eagles are, I should say, as of March 10th, 2022. This is a very good price, by the way, as of today, if you were to compare it to other dealers. All processing fees are free. And let's say I want to buy $5 in silver. Simple as that. I'm buying 0.135759 ounces of the Silver Eagles at this price. I click Transfer, and instantly I just bought $5 worth of silver. Now, what the company is going to do is they're actually going to take a Silver Eagle for each ounce that I'm buying, and they're going to set it aside in a private vault out in Idaho. And so it's all backed by the physical metals, and our vault gets audited once a month by a third-party bank. But this is a great way that you can literally be able to buy silver and gold, not have to worry about minimums or maximums, have it stored for you for free. But once you also have it, there are a lot of options you have. And this is under silver or gold, either one. So let's say, for example, I've got it in my silver balance. I can either transfer it to gold, or I can choose to have it mailed to me if I'd like. Or one of the big advantages, in my opinion, is I can send silver to another member digitally. I put in the amount of dollars that I want to send them. Let's say they did some work on my car, so I want to send them $100 in silver. I put that in. I put in their username, and then a quick message to them. I click Transfer. All of it's free, and the recipient would then see $100 in silver in their digital wallet. They could do whatever they wanted to with it then. They could have it sent back to them in the form of Eagles. So there's so many different factors that come into play, and such a great advantage of having this digital wallet. So thanks so much for taking.
All right. So that really kind of, I think, illustrates that. I think that's why it's important to kind of show that, because I think it's more important for you to see it rather than me describe it. So let me go back to sharing with you the PowerPoint. Okay. Now that's one aspect, are the bullion. The next aspect that our company is about, folks, are the collectibles. And the collectibles, I can tell you right now, I guarantee you there's people like, oh, I don't have any interest in that. So they start to tune me out because that's what I was doing. Don't tune me out because these we've found have increased ridiculously. We've got now over a 36% increase in market value on our collectibles that we bought through this company. I mean, coins that have gone from $139 that we paid for them a year ago to now they're over $800 in value. And the main reason why with collectibles that we didn't understand where it was the rarity, the design, the story behind them. This Spider-Man comic book sold for $3.6 million. Here's a couple other examples. That Mickey Mantle baseball card, over $5 million. The Boba Fett action figure for Star Wars. I used to have those when I was a kid. Imagine if I knew that they were going to increase in value. That's over $150,000. Of course, they had to be in their package. I was a little kid, so I played with them. Then you got the Pokemon card, the postage stamp. And if you look at where the wealthy and the elite put their money to really build wealth, it's in exclusive real estate, fine art, and then rare coins, gold, and usable precious metals. So this is really a very smart place. Look at what has happened with some of the coins that we've been able to actually get. We don't have all of these ourselves personally, but look at what the market value has increased in these coins. That Tiffany art that came out in 2004 has gone from 90 to over 10,000. That Julius Caesar, that came out March 15th. So that's just about a little less. Today's the 15th. That was 1 year ago that thing came out for 349 bucks. Right now you can get it on our stack and sell for $1,200, 350 a year ago. Montana butterfly, that's the one I was telling you about, went from 139 now to over 800. So these appreciate, and it really comes down to all those different factors. We can't make any guarantees. We can only tell you what our personal experience has been. And each of these are coins that our company themselves have minted. These are 7K minted coins. They're all currencies of sovereign nations. They're beautiful. There's a lot more that they have too. Now, how the company makes our saving and our discipline easy is that they have an auto saver program. This is where literally we can just automatically each month have a collector coin or a collectible gold note. And when you learn the stories behind these are going to appreciate. But you can have these automatically sent to you each month without even thinking about it. That's where we got that collectible coin from the state animal series, like you see here, that we've seen appreciate. We've got several of those. So we've got coins, several coins, I would say at least 5 or 6 that have gone from $139 to over $800 from this program. So it's very, very beneficial and helpful there. Here's just a few other of some of the collectible coins that our company offers as well. And you can see how you can build a stack, which is a legacy you can leave behind for your family. This is just a couple of gentlemen that we've had the fortunate chance to get to meet. This gentleman here, we actually hung out with him in the airport. What a nice man. He actually flies Black Hawk helicopters, but he wanted to build something for his family, and look at what he's built. This is a legacy that's going to take care of his family in retirement after he's gone. But the membership is a lot more than just that Sound Money wallet. There's a lot of other benefits. I'm going to go through them quickly. We've got our Sound Money wallet, which is what you've just seen. We also have a program called Stack and Sell. That's where you can take these collectible coins and you can actually add them into your collectible, into your particular stack, scan them. So now you have your collectible coins registered to you. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to jump on and show you what our collectibles have done just real quickly, just so you can see firsthand how this works. So I'm going to stay co-host. I'm going to share with this screen.
Should I stop sharing?
Yeah, stop share there. And I'm going to show you this. Because this is on my phone, everybody. And this right here is Stack and Sell. Not that one. Okay, I don't know what that is. But anyway, this is Stack and Sell. This is one of the incredible benefits of our membership. So when you get one of these collector coins like this one right here, and this is an ounce of luck with an actual 4-leaf clover within the coin, I would then take this coin, I would click Start Stacking. I can add that item in by clicking Scan Graded Coin. I'm going to show you, and you're going to see our dog on the floor here, okay? I'm going to click Allow. There's our dog. Okay, but I'm going to show you how we actually would scan this coin. So I come in like that, and it scans it right into my stack. So now we have that coin within our stack, and our internet's not that great. So please bear with it and have some patience. So what will happen there is now I'm going to be able to have these coins within my stack that I'm going to be able to see not only what I paid for them, but also what the market value of that particular coin might be. So this is not normally this slow, so bear with me here.
Hopefully we have a good connection.
Yeah.
Check your phone's connected to the internet.
I think it is, but I'm going to show you while it's scanning that in. I'm going to bring this up on a different page so you can see it, because I can show you while that's still scanning. This right here, if I click start scanning, this is inside the stack. I'm going to show you what this does. This is a coin that came out in fall of 2020, and I'll just show you what it's done. We paid $199 for that, and that coin has increased in market value, as you can see, to $650.
I think somebody just asked, how do they determine the market value?
Market value is determined, great question, by what people are actually buying the coins for within this platform. So they're all based on within the platform right now. They're starting to take in what people are paying for the coins outside of this platform, because some of these coins are being sold by dealers around who happen to buy the collectibles themselves, and it's actually increasing the market value of them. So this is fun. Look at this one. This one's gone from $299 to $1,500 in market value, a little bit more than a year. And so I wanted to share this with everybody because this is something that's outstanding. It's fun. Here's one of our autosavers I was telling you about, the Montana coin. As you can see, we got a couple of them. Coin's gone for $139. The market value is $700. And if I scroll down, you'll see that you can't get it right now for less than $1,199. So that's to kind of give everybody an idea.
And people are paying it.
It's incredible. So that's the collector coin aspect of our company. And now I'll just get back to kind of sharing the final parts of the benefits. Can everybody see this okay? Let me make sure on my screen. Yeah, okay. So that's that. Now the 7K Advantage. This is a discount travel program, and these travel discounts are outstanding. So no matter where you go around the world, use this and you'll be able to save money with it. You also have your personal shopping cart, like an e-commerce page, the autosaver program I just shared with you, the healthcare program, that's primarily in the US only, but it's a really good healthcare program. Access to bullion. We also have rare coin drops, where coins that the company releases at a certain time and point, and then people jump in and they get the coins. Some coins sell out in a matter of seconds. In addition, let me just do that. We have, going back, if you decide to share, there are some tremendous tax advantages here in the US. I'm not sure with your country what it might be, but you can earn legacy income potential. And we also have retirement plans that are backed by gold and silver. The big part, though, is the education. I mean, this trains you on the 5 reasons as to why to buy gold and silver. It teaches you which categories you fall into and even which metals to buy in which category. And then there's the certification training for the collectors. And that one's strong because this teaches you how to go about looking for the right types of coins that can appreciate in value. And so it's amazing. And the knowledge that we've gained from this is worth the cost of the membership alone. But now we're starting to see the savings. Stack and sell, we've shared with you that video in terms of how that works. We also, part of our travel program, we take getaways together. Our company just went on a huge getaway to Cancun, Mexico. Everybody is invited. Even if you're just a member, everybody's invited. So we go and we have fun. We use some of our discounts from that travel program. You know, here's a couple that had never traveled at all, and now they're able to do that because of what our company's been able to do. Then, of course, we've got the Sound Money wallet that we already shared with you how that works. That's the digital wallet. And now I'm going to transition real quickly over, and then we're going to be bringing on our CEO. I know that he's going to be popping on here quickly. Did you want to just text and make sure we're all set there? Here's the thing, and keep in mind, these stats are in the US, but I don't know what the stats might be in Ireland or whatever country that you might be in. But remember how they said that most people can't afford that extra expense, that emergency expense. That's where this can come into play. Because this program, you can actually share this membership with other people and be able to earn additional income. Now, it's not necessary. People love the membership for its benefits by itself. 85% of the people who get this membership never share it with anybody. They just love it for its value. However, if you do want to share it, it gives you a little bit more flexibility, and it gives you an additional income stream where your commissions are then put into your Sound Money wallet that you can then transition into gold and silver. You can have them sent back to you to be used in fiat currency if you want, or whatever, but it's giving people an additional income stream. It works kind of like a frequent flyer program where you have two teams. And when you go out there, and here's how it works. People are going to use this membership and they're going to say, this is fantastic. And they're going to start to tell their friends about it anyway. Their friends who are also seeing their currency drop in value. So they're going to tell their friends anyway. And as they do, it's just kind of like natural networking. As the points accumulate when people get memberships and when people buy collector coins, it's like a frequent flyer program. And it's off the efforts of your entire team. You can earn, when you have 500 points on your left and 500 points on your right, you earn a $500 check. And so the benefits can be tremendous. Again, if you don't want to share, you don't have to, but people need to know about this membership. So we're sharing anyway. And again, goes into the Sound Money wallet where you have so much flexibility. There's options to be able to earn more than this if you so desire as well. But I'm going to show you just a couple of things, and then I'm going to hand it back over to our.
We'll hear a couple of testimonials. And then...
Yeah. Let me go through that's a great idea. So here's some of our company philosophies. And I think what you'll find is when you're reading these philosophies, they're focused on helping the masses. They're focused on really being innovative and going out there and creating things that are going to help average people to win. I mean, look at the philosophies. You know, they said we couldn't do it, so we did it anyway. And here's the thing. We believe in people. And I've seen that so much from the leadership on down. We allow people that have never succeeded in this industry or sometimes even in life to be able to win here. And you have people who are going to support you each step of the way. So I'm going to show you what the memberships are, the two memberships that we have. And then I'm going to ask a couple of folks to share their story. And then we're going to have our CEO come on and just kind of talk with everybody. And I appreciate him being on so much. So the two memberships that we have, everybody, there's two memberships you can get started with. We have a standard and a premium. Both of them include all the benefits that you saw that we've already talked about. However, in the premium membership, if you're looking to share, that's the ideal way to go. With that, you're going to get an MS-70 coin, which is a perfect condition silver coin, as well as another ounce of silver bullion and a whole bunch of marketing materials that can help you to get your business started, or the sharing aspect to make it so much easier for you. You're also going to get a full year of our technology credits, which gives you access to our trainings, to our app, to our back office areas. A value of $1,500, but you can get it for $499 for the year. It's outstanding. And you'll easily save that much money if you use the benefits of this membership. Standard membership is also excellent. It's $199. You're just not going to get the materials that's going to help you to get started. And you also won't get the silver. You're going to get a gem uncirculated silver coin, but it won't be a perfect condition coin. And you'll also get 3 months of our back office credits, which access to the app and also the trainings as well. It's an $800 value, but it's $199. You can't go wrong with either one, but here's a good general rule. If you're looking to share, go with the premium if it's affordable. If you can do it, go with that. If you're not looking to share, or if budget's an issue, go with the standard. But do something because it will protect your family in these scary times. And then pick an autosaver that you think would be the best one for you. Obviously, there's 4 different options. You can change these whenever you want and be able to, again, have the flexibility. We're getting all 4 and we love them. And so with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the share and I'm going to ask a couple of folks who are on there real quickly to share their story. Adeline, I'll start with you. If you wouldn't mind kind of sharing what your experience has been, and then we'll have you talk, Carl, and then we'll bring on our very special guest.
There we go. Brilliant presentation, Mark. You're just on fire tonight, I have to say. My experience, I'm going to keep it short because I can talk a lot. I've got a bit of what Carol has, the Blarney Stone issue. But no, the amazing Mark Ashwood introduced me to Mark and Danielle last summer sometime. I can't remember, that June, July, I think, around that time. And my experience was, I suppose, I knew I wanted to get into gold and silver. I had no idea. Like you said at the start, I had no idea. I just felt no matter what I did, I would be scammed or I'd lose money or I'd make a mess of it. And then I did actually buy some silver through Amazon for our son when he was finishing school. because he's very entrepreneurial and he's seen the value in it. And sure, it cost us twice what we're paying here. And it took forever to come, and I still wasn't sure it was going to get here. So anyway, since I've joined this, the most amazing breakthrough for us has been a buildup of savings that's in precious metals. We have been the worst savers on the planet. I just say this all the time. People laugh at us. We are 20 years married next month, and we love life and we love experiences, but by golly, we don't save. So to actually have savings now, and in the form of gold and silver that we know is going to appreciate hugely over the next while, it has given us a sense of, oh, I can't even describe the feeling. It's just a feeling of peace of mind now. And it's that legacy that we're leaving behind for our children. Our children are being educated on it. We've got our autosavers going. James has got his autosaver going. It's phenomenal. I have to say, it just feels amazing. So thank you, Mr. Ashwood, for the introduction.
And I'm gonna have Carl come on, and I'm gonna bring on Mark Atwood, and then we'll bring on our special guest. So Carl, can you share in about a minute?
Yeah, wow, absolutely incredible presentation. Sign me up, premium member all the way, folks. Yeah, so I've been investing in gold and silver since 2018, and I manifested this through my friend Darren. Darren showed it to me. You know, he said, Carl, I know you're big into gold and silver. I instantly got it. I instantly understood it. And I was like, yes. Finally something that, you know, is there for me, right? So, you know, with my, you know, engineering analytical mind, folks, I went big into the company. I went into the founders. I looked up Jason, you know, I was doing all that research, folks, you know, because, you know, you want to see who is behind it. And we're fortunate enough to have Jason here now, and he's going to share the vision for Ireland and Europe as well. But I have my, I don't know if you can see my silver coins here, but really quickly, folks, I just want to give you a quick demonstration. Last year, right, when I was in America, I specifically went into a bullion shop because I wanted to get some quarters. Now, some of you might not be able to see the difference in these quarters, but on this one, there's a small little tinge of copper, right? This one is pure silver. Now, face value, they both say $50, but this one is worth more because there's silver in it, right? 1964, you know all about that. The Americans know all about that. But anyway, folks, it's absolutely phenomenal. You know, thanks so much, Mark. And it's just been an incredible journey so far. I've only started it in the last couple of weeks, and you know, it's absolutely incredible. So yeah, big shout out to Jason for jumping on the call. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you so much, Carl. And lastly, well, I know we get even more guests on here, but Mark Atwood, would you mind just kind of sharing your story super quickly in about a minute or so?
Yeah, am I unmuted now? Well, Carl, do you want a job? Come and see me. You're unbelievable. I've been teaching people for years that you got to have multiple streams of income. I've also been teaching people for years, and I've said this many times on my show, that I studied economics for 5 years. Nobody mentioned the fractional reserve banking system to me. And when I found that out, I was pretty fucking cross. And, you know, people sign up to my email list. I send them a copy of G. Edward Griffin's The Creature from Jekyll Island. Everybody should read that. I'm making my son read it at the moment after he's dropped out of the fucking useless education system. And because they're teaching him shit in school, right? And we all need to know this stuff. And the reason I really love 7K, I didn't fully understand it when I first came across it. I knew that Mark and Danielle are just really beautiful people. I was buying gold and silver for years in different ways. But what I absolutely loved about this is that, you know, I've got child trust. I've got 5 children, right? And I've got child trust funds. I started those off in the 2000s, and they're worth, you know, they've hardly gone up. There's no value to them really at all. And I'm thinking about my 5 kids, and the premium membership thing for me is great because once a month. And what I couldn't believe about 7K was how quick it got delivered to Ireland. It was like 2 days later. There it was. It was just they got some special sort of jet. I don't know, but when those coins come in, they're going in the bank for the kids. And I know that they've gone up massively in value, which means that the membership doesn't cost anything. I mean, basically, the whole thing's been almost free, which is amazing. And the Sound Money wallet is incredible. The stack and sell thing, I haven't got time. I haven't even looked at it. Now Mark's just showing me that. Is that a new thing, Mark? I've not seen that before like that.
About a year now.
Yeah, I've not. I need to get onto that. That'd be quite. If I ever get an hour spare, I'll go and do that. But you know, that everybody should have some gold and silver. It's as simple as that. And yeah, you can go and buy it from Amazon or wherever, or eBay. But like Adeline said, this company is just nailed everything on so well. And there's so many benefits to it, and it's just so easy. And the Sound Money Wallet in particular, I absolutely love it. You know, once you get your head around it, it's incredible. So there you go. I won't talk much longer. I think I've summed it up. To me, it's just a no-brainer, but you know. Oh, and the other thing is, unlike a lot of people, I like multi-level marketing companies because they are anti-establishment, and they are anti-corporate, and they are anti-big tech, and they're anti corporations, and they don't have to advertise. It's people powered, and the people, if you share this, you get rewarded as well. And I'm all for that because it's as sovereign as it gets.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mark. Appreciate that. And now the moment that we've all been waiting for. Obviously, we love these stories, and we got so many more stories that we can look at. We're just looking at right here, but obviously we want to hear from our CEO, who I got to thank him so much. He's an extremely, extremely busy person. And yet he took the time out of his day to jump on this. I mean, what an amazing leader, and just a reflection of all the leadership at 7K. So with that, with no further ado, Mr. Jason Arfman, I'll hand it to you.
Hey, Mark and Danielle, luck of the Irish. Look at that, Celtics.
Yes.
I love it. So yeah, almost St. Patrick's Day. Guys, do you guys know what we sold on our coin drop last night? A buck of luck with a real 4-leaf clover in it, just for St. Patty's Day. And I'm thinking, what other company's doing that? Like, we're having so much fun here. You know, we're teaching people the power of gold and silver, but we're doing it in a way that is very unique. And one thing I want to do here, Mark, if you'll give me access, I'm going to share my screen here really quick. I want to show you guys something that I've been watching, just our autosaver, right? Because Mark, you made a great point. You know, we get this coin every single month that comes, and I collect these, and I'm going to get all 50 states, and eventually we're going to do countries, and eventually I got the entire Roman series. I was adamant about getting that, and I buy them just like you guys buy them. Okay. Let me show you something here, and I haven't checked it in a while, but I'm pretty sure the value is there. So let me share with you. This is stack and sell, Mark. This is what was being talked about. If we just go to the Idaho coin, and okay, this is the Idaho coin, and again, this is something we sell to our members at $129. Okay, and last time I looked in here, I think we were in the $600-700 range, like a week or 2 weeks ago. Okay, and I don't know where it's at. It could have gone down. It could have gone up based off of how people are selling. I just know as of late, a lot of people have been trying to get their hands on some. So if we pull this up, oh yeah, it's gone up. Market value, the last, you know, we're saying 700, but look at these. Look at all the ones that are for sale, you guys. 1149, 1200, 1500, $2,000. It's incredible. And you know what this does, Mark, you hit it right on the head. It gives the power back to the people, because this is the first ever technology that allows you to scan in your coin. We're going to remind you what you bought it for. And not only that, we're going to tell you what the secondary market value is. Because one thing that we saw in the coin industry that we did not like is we saw average families, average people being taken advantage of. You would take this coin. If I take this coin, this Idaho coin right now, if I were to go into the coin dealer right now here in Idaho and try to sell this, he would maybe give me $60 for this. 60. And he would sit there and talk me down. It's, well, yeah, but it's colored coin and people don't like colored coins. Well, we know differently. And this, you guys, the marketplace is going everywhere. It tells you what they're selling for, and it puts the power back into your hands. What are collectibles worth? Before you had to be an expert. Now you don't have to be an expert. You know, if you bought one of these amazing Liberty coins, okay, and I'll show this on the big screen in a second, but if you bought one of these, look at this. Let's go look at this one. Let's go look at a Liberty. Oh, there's okay. I'm going to look at one. You can't even find a 2 ounce on here anymore. So let's look at this. Let's look at a 5 ounce. Okay. Going for $1,300, doubled in value 5-ounce Liberty coin. We sold it to our members at $6.99. The 1-ounce Liberty, let's go look at that. We sold that at $1.99 to our members. Okay. Here's a 1-ounce selling for $700. Okay, we sold it for $1.99. The power of collectibles, you guys, is really we haven't even seen the tip of the iceberg yet. We're seeing cardboard. I really feel bad for some people in this world, because here in America we have a guy that plays American football that he's a quarterback. He's the one that throws the ball. He was famous. He's extremely famous. Tom Brady. He retired, and everybody just bought his stuff up like crazy. Well, he only spent a month in retirement and decided to come back, which is going to drive the value of the stuff. Like, somebody bought his last touchdown football for big dollars, right? Well, now it's no longer the last touchdown football because he's coming back out of retirement. But the thing that we love is we're selling coins like this. This has been recognized by the 9/11 Trade Commission as one of the most famous works of art in representing the 20th anniversary of 9/11. You see the new skyline of New York City, okay? And then on the back here, you see the backside of the Statue of Liberty, and you see a boat with the old New York skyline representing all the immigrants that came over and went into Ellis Island and immigrated. And we say, remembering the past and looking to the future. That was the theme of that coin. Nobody had thought of that. And we're working with some of the best in the world right now. And our coins are being recognized, right? They're being recognized out on Coin Magazine. They're being recognized even outside of 7K. The one thing I was going to show you guys, I don't have one here right now, but our George, we have an American Life series, right? That we're selling George Washington coins. Everybody knows George Washington from back in the day. We're teaching history on it. We're educating people with the stories of George Washington. We still have them for sale on our website, but it's interesting, on Stack and Sell, the site I just showed you guys, they're selling for $100 more, meaning who's buying those coins? It's the outside world who doesn't have a 7K membership. And I'm telling you guys what, come to convention or tune into convention if you can, in some way, shape, or form, because we're going to tell the world, if they want to play on Stack and Sell, the best place to be is just buy a 7K membership by far. And guys, we've got serious players in the coin business that have been doing this for years, that are looking at our technology and they're like, this can't be. You guys cannot be the new leading experts in how to move and sell coins. But we are, because we know that the coin industry needed a disruption. It was old, it was outdated, it was clunky, and just like, I think it was Adeline said this, she goes, I didn't know who to trust online. It took forever to ship. They didn't have ways to track my coin. I mean, all these different things, we saw so many old things that were happening there. And then when you move to the direct selling space, we saw a lot of things that were antiquated there as well. So we said, guys, let's blow this thing up. Let's make this the best thing for our members. And so we put all the value into what does a membership mean to our members. And you know that we've got a winning solution when the membership and our starting level rank in our company, when they have when they see the value, we've got something very special. We've got people that are like, I do not want to lose access to any of my membership stuff. I don't want to lose access to my 7K. Here in the United States, we have healthcare plans, and I don't want to lose access to the coin drops. We had somebody who's never built a business with us, and their membership's about to expire, and the one thing they're concerned about is losing access to the coin drops. That tells you we've got a product of value, right? And that you guys can hang your hat that every person that you refer as a member, they're going to be happy here, as long as you show them the value. And so, guys, we're treading through some amazing times. We're seeing a world that we've never seen before. You know, we've never even seen the likes of this in our history of what's happening right now. We've had people call us from all the way over in Russia right now saying, and these are good people, like, you know, the citizens that they don't even want what's going on happening to them, and their banks are going insolvent right now. Banks in Russia going insolvent. It's incredible, right? And to be able to teach people about the power of having gold and silver and the money generation that can happen through collectibles. If we look what the rich are doing right now, they're buying assets. Okay, they're not putting their money in a bank account somewhere and holding on to it. They're buying assets. They're buying land. They're buying gold and silver. They're buying, you know, even collectible art is out there right now on the asset list of what they're collecting. Okay, we know even through depression times that collectible art, high-end stuff has made it through and has come out even bigger and better on the other side of a recession. And, you know, one thing that I want to tell you guys, you know, most companies in our industry, they get really worried about this time, because when we go into recessions, people, yes, are looking for second streams of income. But if the product is not a product of value, they have some of the biggest attrition in their companies. Okay. When we see an economy that goes down like it's going right now, and we see inflation skyrocketing, people are running to buy gold and silver. Running. We're not pushing like bullion. We don't, that's not our money maker, right? We don't make money. That's just a membership benefit. We've had the highest record of bullion sales over the last 3 weeks that we've ever seen in the company history. You guys, we just came off of February, a record-breaking month, the biggest month in company history, and it was a short month. And right now, we're already up 40% in March. I mean, that tells you we must be doing something right in tough economic times to be able to get the message of what we're doing out to the people. And Mark, you said it the best. We love empowering people. We empower people to make their own decisions, to see the value, and to create their own financial future. And we absolutely love it. We're having a blast, more fun than we've ever had. You know, I've been in the industry now 23 some odd years. I'm having the most fun. I enjoy coming to work every day because we hear the stories of, we just had a lady the other day that said, you know what, I jumped into 7K. I was scared to death because watching gas prices go through the roof. And she goes, I am so excited because I just got a $500 check. She goes, that more than covered my gas bill for the entire month. And she goes, I'm not scared of inflation anymore. I'm just going to run because I know I've got the right vehicle. So you guys, we've got people that have never had any experience in doing a business like this that are having success. And it's because the message is easy to share. And here in about a month and a half, we're going to be sharing a lot of new tools, how to share 7K even easier than before. We're constantly looking at improving. But I'll tell you what, the technology that we're looking at, I will say this, of all the direct selling companies on the planet, on planet Earth, they will not have the technology that we have. And it all goes with sound money and stack and sell, right? The things that we're working on are massive, and specifically for our international folks, international banking is one of the hardest things to do. Moving money between countries is the hardest thing to do. And we're going to have some technologies there coming out very soon, because we're looking at even improving how we do stack and sell internationally. So, and not only stack and sell, but sound money wallet internationally. So anyway, it's I truly believe we have a company here that we can go right through this recession, and we can help a lot of people along the way. And you know, even during really good economic times, our message sounds to the masses. Right now, our 7K story is being played out on the world theater. Okay, we're seeing it. We watched Venezuela go through it as they threw their fiat currency in the streets. They had backpacks full of money and they'd throw it in the streets because it's not worth anything. We saw it in Ukraine, right? Right now, guys, Ukraine and Russia, you talk about fiat currency, it doesn't mean squat. It doesn't mean much. And for the first time in history, all world currencies are on a fiat system. We've never seen that. And, everybody's tied to the dollar. And for some reason, the US government believes that we don't have a problem. They can just print their way out of any recession. So sad to see, and it's good to be educated. I will tell you, Mark, that book, The Creature from Jekyll Island, when we saw the, how fractional banking, how they can just lend air to people, it really is criminal, right? But there's something we can do about it, and that's not get caught up in the rat race of dealing in fiat. Use fiat to transact, but I'll tell you what, stack and sell has allowed people to have more collectible coins and have a savings that they've never seen before, and people have dipped into it. I look at my, over the last 2 years, I've spent roughly around 60,000 on collectibles, which has given me about 200,000 in collectible value. So I just look at it and I'm like, okay, why wouldn't I continue to stack? You talk about multiple streams of income, Mark. You have multiple streams of income just within 7K. The opportunity to earn a commission on helping people to buy collectibles, but also at the very level of a member, that's a stream of income. We can't promise any returns, but the proof is in the pudding right here, guys. It's how they're selling on the secondary market. That's the value of them. Not the silver content, but what the value is. And having these on gold and silver is just icing on the cake. So anyway, guys, Mark and Danielle are going to do an amazing job for you guys. Are great leaders. They know how to message our culture. And we've got something very exciting that we're going to be bringing to Ireland, UK, all of Europe. We're going to be going into Asia. We're going to be going across the planet with our story. And we're going to be doing it the right way, not taking any shortcuts, because we're building a long-term business here that's going to be a legacy. So anyway, Mark, I don't know if there's any questions that you guys that you want to have the team ask or whatever, or if we need to clarify anything, I'd love to take, I still got a little bit of time left and we can take the time.
Sure. There's actually a question in the chat from Carolyn asking her concerns about actual mining itself in terms of harm and damage done to the earth, nature, and natural habitat, and if silver and gold mining is exhaustible.
Oh, of course. Of course it's exhaustible. It's a precious resource, but guys, right now there's billions and billions and billions of dollars. Here's the thing. There's a lot of pressure being put on mining, saying they tear up the land and they pollute the water. Okay, like there might be some places where that happens where they're not regulated, but I will tell you this: most mining organizations in the United States and most developed countries, they not only can't pollute the water. If they do, it's massive fines. So they avoid it at all costs. But they put the land back better than they left it. They have to it's what's called reclaiming the land. It costs millions upon millions of dollars. So I don't know of many environmental organizations that are going into a forest and reclaiming the land and so we can have the environmental, argument all day long. Are there some underdeveloped countries where it's being done, not properly? Of course. That's underdeveloped countries, but they also have trash in the streets and, they don't have proper sewage either. I mean, it's just it's the country itself. But mining is an industry that, it doesn't matter if we're looking, I love the argument of environmental impact, especially because it's usually people that talk about electric cars, but you talk about the most effect on mining, and it's lithium for batteries. It has the biggest impact on the environment, yet nobody talks about that. But, gold and silver mining, they don't have to dig these massive giant holes like lithium does or copper. Gold and silver, they take, because of the value of it, their mines are quite small. And it's very easy to reclaim that land. So there's arguments on both sides. I don't want to get political on it, but, you could argue both ways that it doesn't matter what you look at. Us just existing on this planet has an impact on the planet.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Anybody else? And Mark was asking, I know you probably won't answer this because I know you've responded.
I'll ask it myself.
All right, Mark.
Hi, Jim. How are you, man?
Good.
Thanks for doing this call. I'm amazed that you've done this. It's brilliant. How undervalued do you think gold and silver currently is?
Oh, that's a great question. That's a great question. I will tell you this: gold has been climbing, and so I think gold's slightly undervalued. I think silver is heavily undervalued. I won't even give you my percentages and predictions, but yeah, that's why I deal a lot in silver. I remember the day my grandpa told I was a young boy down on the Salmon River, and I at the base there was this mine that came out, and there was a river right there where their tailings would dump into the river. And they said something interesting to me. They said the miners would always catch the fine gold because that's how you got rich. They wouldn't go after the nuggets. So that the guy that owned that property said, they usually dump the nuggets out with the tailings. So I found my very first nugget after weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of panning. I found my very first nugget. And I remember what I could sell it for back then. Okay. And we were down around the $180 an ounce. Okay. Now you look at gold. Where's gold? We've been hovering over 2,000. And as long as we have a fiat currency and we have a stock market that can manipulate, you look at gas prices right now. Gas prices are being heavily manipulated by the stock market. All you have to say is, somebody says we're not going to go get more oil, and all of a sudden prices go up. It's not because we have less demand or anything like that. It's just all speculation, right? Speculation also controls the gold and silver market. When you have shorts and longs and ways that different investors play that market, you will see manipulation of those markets. And so right now, the most heavily impacted by manipulation is the silver market. So that's why I tend to like silver. I also like that silver comes, it's a little easier to liquidate if you need to liquidate some, because it comes in smaller denominations. Yeah, it's very undervalued. And at some day in the future, we will understand the true value of gold and silver. Not sure when that's going to be, but we're going to have some things are going to have to happen with our economic system on how we currently do business, how we do banking, that could change things for a while. So yeah, great question, Mark.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Any other questions?
Folks, you've got the man of men here. Right here.
I love this one. Check out the US debt clock, dollar to silver ratio. You guys, it's not even, do you guys know in the last 2 years, 40% of all the so this is in the US only, 40% of all the US currency was built in the last 2 years. Okay. And I, you guys over in Ireland and UK and my friends over in Asia, they're all saying, well, yeah, but that's you guys on the US dollar. But here's the funny thing. All world currencies are tied to their US dollar through the Bretton Woods system. Okay. It's recognized. The second the US dollar goes down, if and when that happens, it will happen at some point. It's going to it will affect the entire world. It's not something we want to have happen, but that debt ratio, the reason we were on the gold standard is because it created discipline to governments in printing money and going into debt. Without that, the U.S. right now, they're just like, raise the debt ceiling, raise the debt ceiling. We can go into more debt, into more debt, into more debt, into more debt. So it's what we've seen in the shifting of power over many generations. We saw it with Great Britain being the world power, and then the U.S. taking over as the world power. And eventually we'll have another cycle where somebody will take over as the world power because they're not disciplined.
Excellent point. Did you want to ask that?
Yeah, we got a couple questions because we have Canada on here as well. They're wondering about stack and sell going to ship to Canada, as well as the international banks, international, what does it say?
Bank app.
Yep. Canada, you guys were so at convention, we'll be making some announcements about Stack and Sell internationally. So we've been in a beta test with Stack and Sell. It has been a wildly successful beta test to the point now that, I mean, it's what we couldn't even have expected that. Let me just tell you this, and Mark and Danielle, I don't even think you've heard this. We have a member, okay, in 7K that has never even recruited one person. They've just bought coins like crazy. And the funny thing is they see people selling them for less than they bought them for. So we have some people out there that are not getting educated on like collector certification, and they don't understand the value. And so they'll go out there and there's like, I'll dump them really fast and sell them. I buy them for 129, I'll sell them for $80. And what's happening is we've got a member that has made a full-time income this year just off of buying the right coins and selling them. That's all he's doing, is just buying and selling coins. And he's keeping his own collection for the future, because I wouldn't recommend that for most people. I've only sold 2 coins, and it's because I had duplicates and I didn't need them and I wanted to buy another coin. That's the only reason. But I continue to see my value just continue to tick up. Like that Idaho coin, I'm loving that thing, right? So yeah, for Stack and Sell for Canada and the rest of the world coming. The banking piece for Canada and the rest of the world, it's coming. We're working. We are big work on that, you guys. Huge work. You still have Sound Money Wallet. We pay you through Sound Money Wallet. We can get it right to your bank account. What you're talking about is being able to take money from your end and push it to the Sound Money Wallet to fund your wallet. That is being worked on. Okay. As of right now, we can. There's an easy solution for that. If you want to, you can just do an international wire. Very simple. But there's a little bit of a cost tied to that, right? But we're working on solutions that will make it seamless throughout the world. So being worked on.
Awesome. I know you got a couple other questions in here, Jason, but let me ask a question, just because I know we have a large international market, a lot of them from Europe. And I know that you've been in this industry of, relationship marketing. Can you kind of paint for them the timing aspect of where they are and maybe a little bit of the future about what's coming there without obviously?
Yeah. I mean, you right now, you guys, we've done UK and Ireland for a reason. I will tell you this, we're working on all of our international translation. Okay. And we've been growing so strong. Right now we're in all of our English speaking markets. We just saw some markets open up that have some languages in it, like Singapore and Quebec and things like that. And so we are working heavily right now on getting all of our languages translated so we can take this on a bigger global scale. I do know this, in Europe, the minute we open up all the countries in Europe, it's like right now, Danielle and Mark, it's kind of like we're open in Idaho and Utah in the United States, right? And we're not in all the United States. And the minute we open up the rest of Europe, it'll do that. You guys are at the forefront of this. Really the skies, there's so much blue sky out there. Your population in Europe is double that of the United States. You guys have over 600 million people. You guys have, the Ukraine piece right there in your back pocket, the world scale. UK and the rest of the European Union just went through the Brexit. The story is playing out so well in Europe. The one thing that Europe needs educated on is collectibles in gold and silver. They understand collectibles. They just don't understand collectibles in gold and silver. There are people that understand gold and silver and they understand collectibles, but they do not understand them together. And that is one thing that's why I believe the fact that there's not a lot of people that know about it. This will be an education piece. I do know this. Studies have already shown, NGC's done a little bit of work before us in Europe, and Europe is definitely open to the fact of collectible, graded, authenticated coins. And once they understand the message, and you guys are going to be the ones that take it to them, it's going to be extremely powerful. So they're in the right place, guys. I would not trade shoot, like literally. You guys are going to be at the forefront, and it's going to be big. You haven't even realized the growth that will be experienced in Europe. It'll be larger than what we're experiencing here, and here has been incredible. So get ready to buckle up. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Exciting.
Yes, extremely exciting. And we have a couple of questions in the chat here real quick. One says, with the advent of CBDC, does 7K have any future plans to help its members stay out of this system?
Out of what system?
CBDC, which I'm not sure what that is.
CBD? Like
CBD.
Central bank digital currencies.
Oh, yes. Central bank digital currencies. I see what he's saying. That's how are we gonna stay out of it? I mean, here's the thing, you guys. We have, at this point, we have to use banks, right? That's how we move fiat. Could we pay in gold and silver? Sure. The problem is the world ready to go to straight gold and silver, right? Because there's still a way we transact. If you walk into the coffee shop, most people won't accept a gold or silver. They just won't, right? But when you can convert gold and silver to a fiat, and you can hold all of your value in a precious metal like gold and silver, that's wealth protection to you guys, right? And we see that happening. I mean, we get we see what's happening right now with countries moving to digital currency. They're moving that way because of cryptocurrency. So that will probably be the future of how we do banking, and that will be changing, right? Right now, we take, because cryptocurrency is so volatile, we do accept cryptocurrency. We convert it immediately to fiat. But we don't hold in that. And we know that certain countries are going to move to a digital. Don't know when, but at some point, everybody's going to kind of be forced to play in that space anyway to transact. What we're trying to teach people is there's other ways to hold your money, right? I would never hold it in a central digital bank, because it can be, especially a digital currency, can be manipulated and taken. And that's why I'm not a big fan. I mean, I just had a buddy of mine that was just hacked, and he was hacked in his crypto, in one of his crypto wallets, and they took 2 Bitcoin. Okay, 2 Bitcoin, guys, massive, over $100,000 that he just lost overnight. And they can't find it anywhere because of the blockchain height, keeps everybody confidential. So there's criminal activity going on everywhere. Everybody's trying to get money for free. That's why we know that, being a part of, having physical assets of gold and silver, that's wealth protection. That's been wealth protection for the last 500 years. Okay. So great question. Not sure we can fully answer it.
This kind of ties to it. Max is asking, if currency goes digital, how does it affect your shares of gold and silver?
Gold and silver is just tied now to if you wanted to digitize, if you want to take it to the digital currency, it just goes, at that point, it'll go to that digital currency. So unless we want to move to a system where we all transact in gold and silver again, right? Which would be cool. I don't know if the world's ready for that yet, but yeah, we always have to have something to transact with. It's either fiat currency or digital currency, some way. I look at this and, the credit cards, right? Everybody goes this way. Hardly anybody takes on cash. So I don't think we're even close to getting rid of that fiat currency yet. People still like to have the paper money.
Yeah. And also, just to let you know, Max, your ounces stay the same regardless. It's just the value of what those ounces would be under that system.
That's what I love about gold and silver, you guys. It doesn't matter what currency you're dealing in, right? Like, I've got this right here. This is a 50 peso, right? Out of Mexico. This is €5 out of Europe. And the thing is, gold and silver on a worldwide scale, they're traded the same in Mexico, Europe, the United States as they are anywhere. So they don't have foreign exchange, this whole FX rate, right? Because some people, what's funny is I asked some people, I was like, would you rather have this 50 pesos, right? Or would you rather have this €5? And I can't believe how many people say I want this 50 peso just because it's a bigger number. This 50 peso is worth about, let's see, probably $2.20 in euro. And so you'd get half of this. This is half of this. People don't understand that. That's foreign exchange. But in gold and silver, an ounce of gold is sold the same way, whether you're in Mexico, Europe, doesn't matter where you're at, it's a worldwide value that's on gold and silver. That's why a lot of people like holding in gold and silver, because fiat currencies continue to drop in value. This €5 can't buy what it could buy 5 years ago or 10 years ago. It's less. The euro, the peso, doesn't matter if you're, the US dollar, doesn't matter what you're dealing in, these fiat currencies continue to drop. It's called inflation. Gold and silver is not subject to inflation. That's the only difference. So if we move to a digital currency, it'll still carry the same value, right? But this, if we move to a digital currency, this will be worth 0. You'll see what happens in Venezuela when they're throwing it out in the streets. They're just like, there's money everywhere, paper money everywhere, and nobody could use it. It's worthless.
Wow.
Great questions.
Yes. And any others here? I know here's a quick question from Jay, and I'm sorry if we missed anything in here. People just verbally jump up if you have anything you want to ask, because there's a lot of things in the chat. But Jay asks, when we pick cash money, we park cash money in the wallet, is it held in a central bank account assigned to us? What happens if the bank falters? And we know it's private, but I'll let you answer that one, Jason.
Yeah, it has to be held in the bank. If you're dealing in fiat, that's why if you move it to the wallet, most people move it to gold or silver, which is stored in a private vault. Gold and silver is not in a central bank. Okay, but any fiat currency is always stored. We're not in the business of storing money. Then we have to register as a bank. There's so many legalities of storing paper money. It's crazy to me. It's weird, right? But yeah, in order for us to, if you upload money to there, it is tied to a bank account in the United States. So
until you buy gold and silver, then it's in.
Until you buy gold and silver, then it's in a private vault. Yep.
That's a great question. Any other questions, everybody? All right. There's a question from Charlotte asking the minimum to start off with, which is there's no minimums in the Sound Money wallet, but also what happens if you live in France? Any word on France?
Oof. I do know this, we're getting sites translated in French, but we've got a little bit of work to do to get into France, but it'll come. I love France, by the way. My cousin lives in Aix-en-Provence in France. Beautiful place down there. And I spent a lot of time in France, so I love France. France just has a few regulatory things that we've got to work on to get in there. But yeah, we'll be in France.
Awesome. Any other final questions?
I just want to thank Jason for coming on. That was awesome.
Hey guys, anytime. We appreciate you guys. We'll be watching your team, and anything we can do to help support you guys is what we're here for. So thanks, everybody.
Yes, and thank you. And everybody, get back to the person who invited you onto this and let them know where you stand and get started right away. Timing is of the essence. We'll help you every step of the way. whether it's with the memberships or not. I know tomorrow we're doing another one of these. Jason will not be on that one. However, it will be a very special treat if you can get people on. So try and bring someone with you over there. So, you ask it.
Just really quick, this is kind of a compliance question. Can I make merchandise, aka clothing, with a 7K logo with my username for advertisement?
We've got a whole bunch of 7K associate logos that you can use in the back. If you go to back office, you go to training center, and then you go to file vault. There's a whole bunch of logos back there that you can use, and if you want to make your own merchandise in your own country, you can use that.
Awesome.
There you
Perfect.
go.
Okay.
Thanks so much, everybody.
Thank you so much.
All right, everyone.
Appreciate
Have a good one.
your time.
Yes, absolutely. Take care, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Happy St. Patty's Day. We're doing this again tomorrow. Invite
tomorrow.
some friends on.
Merci, salut.
All righty.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Mark and Danielle.
Yeah,
Thank you,
it's
Mark.
great to see you,
Take
Mark.
care.
Thank you, Mark and Daniela. Thank you, Mark.